Welcome back to the Nerdy Pack. Why does it always do that? Why does it pick the wrong game? That is definitely not the game I picked. Sorry, technical difficulties. So I wanted to talk, I kind of wanted to do a heart-to-heart, but because the way streaming to Xbox works, um, I have to pick a game. I can't just do just talking category. So let me get somewhere where I can focus a little bit. That is a really annoying sound. I'm guessing that's shiny nearby. Alright, tell you what, Alright, I'm completely muted the game sound. I don't know if you can hear me still. Let me check the game the audio. Check 1 2. Cool, that's working. Alright, I kinda wanted to have a heart-to-heart with you guys. Kind of see where we've come, how far we've come, talk about stuff. I don't really do a lot of these check-ins and stuff, and I kind of just wanted to do it just because it's been a while and I was feeling like it. Dang it. That's the one thing is I really need to write stuff down because I can't remember. I'm gonna stop playing the game, put my controller down, and let's talk. I know lately things have been kind of meh, and I know that I'm not I'm not putting my all into everything, but I'm not like being lazy and not doing anything either. It's kind of like I've been suspended in the air a little bit, I guess. And it's kind of just because how I feel about I want to make content. I do, but I don't want to play the games that are the meta that are trending lately. And I've been stuck in this place of trying to find out what I really want to do, and I've been struggling with how I've been feeling lately. I don't want to play a game just because it's popular and it'll get me views. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, and that's been kind of taking away from the joy of streaming. Um, I've been struggling to figure out how to make jokes and content and make things funny. And I've been thinking about a lot lately how I want to make content as a whole. And I know I've messed up and made a lot of mishaps along the way to the point we've gotten here. But there's also had a lot of good memories too to this point where we've been streaming for making content for what 2 something years I think now. And I've slowed down a lot. I used to stream every single day. And I would do that still. The problem is I don't know what to make. I wouldn't mind just streaming myself playing games, but I want to make you guys laugh. I want to have fun. And I'm confident I can do that. I just sometimes I have that thought in the back of my head where like am I doing a good enough job, or there's this long silence sometimes. And I'm trying to get over that, I guess, right now. I think that's one of my biggest obstacles is I think I'm kind of a little too crucial about myself. Um, which I think that everybody has to get over stuff. Another thing is that I haven't really been enjoying a lot of games. I mean, I have, but not like I enjoying what I'm playing, but also I'm not to the point where like I can play it like and do a full series, I guess. Like games are fun, don't get me wrong, but like Pal World. Pal World's one of the most popular things right now, but I'm just like meh. I think it's because I like certain things about certain games, but other games are a lot of creators like right now are combining a lot of different aspects from different games. Like Pal World is fun when I'm exploring and catching stuff, but I don't like the building. You know, and I don't like the base management. That's something that I don't like. It's difficult. I always have something that I'm not quite like content about most games I play. And I'm not saying most of the games we play on stream or I play in general off stream are fun. And then there's like what's a good example? We were playing Starfield or whatever the hell it was called when it first came out. And I liked streaming it the other day, I do. But then there was like some things where I also want to play it like an RPG off stream, but I always have that feeling of like I don't want you guys I don't want you guys to miss stuff off stream. So then I stop myself from playing a game I really want to play, and I get bent out of shape about it, I guess. And that bothers me. And I can't seem to find a compromise. So then I end up just playing too much of it off stream and burning myself out. And then when I finally come back to playing it, you guys were just waiting for the episode of it or stream of it, and you're wondering why isn't there another one? And that's why, because I ended up just deciding to play it off stream and I get burnt out. And Starfield is a good example of I was bummed out about it, because you guys just came back to me being all grumpy about it, and all this stuff happened. You missed all of it, and I'm trying to figure out how to better balance this stuff out, I guess. Because that's something that I'm not very good at, I guess. I need different games to bounce between, or maybe something else to do in between. That's what I was thinking. Trying to think. Streaming. I like streaming because it lets me be myself and I get to connect with an audience and make content and share memorable moments with people, laughing. If it's a horror game, getting spooked. It's this connection through content, I guess, that feels special. But lately, because and I think it's kind of my own fault for falling off, I guess, pushing myself too much. I took months and months of a break, and I get it. I'm not a big streamer, I'm a small streamer. I gotta chug away at it. I understand why. I think it's my own fault for just not being invested in it and stuff. Even if I do treat it like a hobby, there's still an angle at it. No one really shows up to my streams that much anymore, which I understand, but it's I know you have to keep up appearances and talk to chat even if no one's watching your stream and make the content feel alive. But there's this element you lose, especially when you enjoy it, this sparkle, this filter, I guess, that when you're actually talking to people in chat, that I realized today when at least one person came in. One person came in and actually asked me about how did you feed a boss? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I immediately sprung back to life. I immediately was like, that was the feeling. That's what I liked about this hobby. This is why I liked streaming. An actual, real person watching and engaging with me, not just pretending. Because for a long time, at least a couple months now, I've been engaging with a fake chat, a fake audience, just trying to make up random bullshit out of my ass. Content on the fly. It's so much funner when I can improv and because improv is a lot of the content I make. I could bounce it off someone in chat or my brother or something. I mean, I could just sit there nonchalant and just play a game, but no one, anybody can do that, and that's not fun. I want to engage. I want to, and I'm not. I can say confidently, I don't think I'm skilled enough to constantly talk to an imaginary chat the entire time, if you know what I mean. And that's, I don't know, it's boring. There's no way to put it. It's boring. It's hard to do a hobby when you have to keep up a facade, I guess, just to kind of make your content at least a little bit more enjoyable instead of just playing a game when no one's in chat. It sucks. It's not fun. But I'm just talking about my feelings. let's talk about the future, I guess. I know I don't have the most consistent schedule. Um, I'm working on that. I'm not very good at keeping a schedule, and I acknowledge that, and I'm trying to work on it. I know people are frustrated when sometimes I appear at 12 in the afternoon, late at night, sometimes 6 in the morning. I know. I know that's frustrating. I I might not ever be able to fix that. That's why I always try and upload my VODs to YouTube, whether they're kind of embarrassing or dog shit. At least you can watch that. Um, I want, and then what I've talked about isn't going to stop me from doing what I want. I still want to do different content in the future. I still want to do IRL content, stupid, even stuff that people have done 100 times on YouTube that you've probably seen 100 times. I still want to do dumb shit like gross sodas or dumb shenanigans IRL or a podcast or something. I want to do those because they sound fun, not because other people done it or it's overdone, just because it sounds fun. Funness in itself is fun, and that's why I want to have fun. Who doesn't want to have fun? You know what I mean? Like that's it. And that's one of the biggest things I'm struggling with on the games. So I thought to myself, why do I keep trying these games if I don't? And then you think maybe I'll have fun with a friend. Maybe it's a game you play with a friend. And I do. Sometimes I don't have fun with my friends. And I figured, well, that's not their fault or my fault. We're just not vibing right now. So I think to myself, what is a game I can do a playthrough on right now that I would enjoy? So I was playing Outer Worlds. I love Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is fun. Even if I have beaten it like one time. And I was enjoying that a lot. So that's cool. But I can only play that game so many times. And when that runs out, what do I do? And this is the dilemma I'm running into at the moment. Which I'm currently frustrated. It just seems like as I'm getting older, not every game's got a rainbow filter on it. Oh, she's stuck in a tree. Hold on. And... oh, absolutely. And, a lot of some of it is frustrations of my own limitations, which you can't help either. I'm frustrated because of the limitations of that I can't seem to surpass, which I'm working on. That's why I started working out, and I started trying to find other hobbies and stuff. But I can only do so much. I want to be better at video games, so I'm trying to be competitive with my brothers and stuff, and um but I was thinking, I'm like, what can I do to do that? And I thought, why don't I just go and play older games? I haven't played them in years. They might not be as good as I remember. I've got a nostalgia factor about them. If some of these newer games aren't what I like, well, and like, I don't mind COD, but let's be honest, it's kind of dog shit. Like, it's not my type of game. I play it with my brothers because it's something we all can play. But let's be honest, if you're a gamer, you want to play the games that you love. And I want to go play some RPGs, because that's my type of genre. You know what I mean? But I've noticed not a lot of RPGs that are the type of RPGs I like are coming out anymore. Like, I think my type of RPG that I like is a dying breed, as of late. Which kind of makes me sad. It almost makes me want to cry right now. I really, really do miss, like, the type of RPGs I grew up on. Whether it was Mario 64 or Sly Cooper or like even going a little bit like Final Fantasy or even Fallout. I talk about Fallout all the time. Kingdom Come, Re-Reckoning. Kingdom Come Reckoning. It was called Re-Reckoning's the remake. Dragon Age. And I know these are all like one type of thing, but that's what I'm talking about. This type of genre isn't usually made that much anymore. There's some hybrid type RPGs. You'd be like, well, actually, and I'm like, well, no, this is a type of niche RPG in itself. There's not a lot like it At least on Xbox. I mean, there's tons on PC, but I'm an Xbox player. This is my comfort zone. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff being pushed more towards, like, other things, and that's fine. But the only reason I'm playing a lot of other type of genres is because there's not a lot to play right now that I've noticed. And I don't have a lot of money to buy. If I knew that there was other games, maybe. But, um, it's been hard lately. I try to branch out because I don't want to have nothing to play. But I get tired of trying a bunch of games that aren't necessarily my thing, too. And then you get kind of this meh, like, burnt out kind of gray area where you've tried too many games and you're just at a point where you're like, well, what do I do now? I've tried all these games. Some of them are okay. I see the appeal to them, but they're not my game. My game is like, and I like roguelikes. I'll accept that a roguelike is my type of game, but it's not my favorite genre. And Dark Souls games are fun. I grew up on those for a while. Like, even going back to Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1. And I love Dark Souls 1. I love Dark Souls 1. And I didn't finish Lies of P. I think I might be growing out of Dark Souls games. Maybe, I don't know. And then, like, let me fix my mic. I'm getting passionate. Dark Souls games are fun, but, like, I'm not getting the same feeling I used to over overcoming, like, a big boss. I mean, today was actually, no, that's not true. Today, when we beat the giant, it was enjoyable. Like, I did enjoy that. That was fun. But then, then the normal enemies are bullshit. They're just, ugh. But, like, the problem is the Dark Souls type games are just going to get harder and harder and harder. And as a player, you're either going to be able to reach that, like, you're going to be able to match that difficulty, or you're going to end up getting left behind. And right now, I feel like I'm getting left behind on Dark Souls type games. Like, I feel like the difficulty has left me behind a while ago, and I can't keep up with the type of difficulty Dark Souls games are coming, especially with, like, Lords of the Fallen really showing me how hard those can get. But moving away from that, I like cute games. Like, I loved Spyro and Crash Bandicoot growing up. Sly Cooper, Mario games are adorable, Pokemon games are adorable, and, like, but it feels like the type of direction games are going and stuff is some. I'm not saying like all the time. Maybe it's just me being a little depressive, and I'm sorry, but it feels like a lot of time games are going in a direction that are not my thing. Some people want to challenge. Some people want to test their brains. Some people want to do everything in an open world. I just want to sit down and play a good old RPG. Like, if I could have my ultimate wish in the world, I just want to play a good old RPG. It doesn't have to be open world. It doesn't have to have crafting. God forbid, please keep your crafting out of my RPGs. I don't need it. Alright? I'd rather just loot a box. You know, like I like New Vegas. It was good for me. Like, I don't need the base building. That really is unwelcome in my RPGs, okay? Like, I don't need the survival mechanics. I don't play survival games because survival mechanics turn me off. That's another thing in this game that I don't like. And I get to people like, well, just make an option to turn it off. How about you just put it in my game in the first place? Because then you got to do balancing stuff, and that takes away from the immersion for me in the first place as an RPG player. It's a role-playing game. I want to role-play as the hero, like in Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, or Skyrim, or whatever you're playing. I want to kill enemies, get like a skill tree, like play the game. I want to go on quests. I like a fantasy setting for a reason. Fantasy settings are my thing, like my favorite, or a gothic fantasy. And I don't know. It's just certain games haven't hit for a while, if you understand how I feel. And that's been affecting, the bottom line, that's been affecting me streaming, I guess. If you don't have something to make content from, then how are you going to make content? It's basically where I'm going with this. It took me a while to get there, but if I don't have a thing that I'm enjoying to make content from, how am I going to enjoy it? I mean, some of the games are meh, and some of the games are cute and good, but they're not like a game I enjoy. So it's hard to like do more than one stream on it. You know what I mean? When I first do an episode on a new game, I'm like, this game's good, and I will play more of it. And then I do play more. I'm like, You can kind of see me kind of evolve. I do that with a lot of games, and that's kind of the place I'm at with games, and why I haven't been streaming every single day. Because one of the things I suffered from when I stopped streaming every single day was burnout. I would force myself to stream every single day, even if I didn't like a game. And I'd also struggle to try and find new games every single day. And that was one of the biggest problems I had. But yeah, That's a lot. Sorry. I threw a lot of cool at you guys, sorry. But stupid. That's kind of where I feel right now. And I'm frustrated by it because it's not where I want to be. And I don't want to make excuses. I want to make content. But sometimes I just want to tell myself, suck it up, make content. But I also know if I do that, then I'm going to get burnt out. So it's just kind of like, which one do I choose? And sometimes I just choose to chill and not make content and just do my own thing IRL. But there's some days where like, I want to make content. Okay, let's make content. So I just make content, but it's not a game I want to make content on. So that's why a lot of times Wednesday is the day I make content, because it's the day that my brother. So I just kind of like make content in whatever game we agree to play, even if it's not a game I like. That's why a lot of times you see Wednesday be the day that I make content, because it's bro day. So I just kind of like, oh yeah, it's bro day. Okay, whatever game we agree on, we'll play. So I kind of just get into that mindset. But all right, here's the deal, guys. We've been talking for a while. I've been going in circles. I want to make content like every other day. I do. I want to get back into that. But my problem is video games. So what if I play older games like Banjo and Kazooie? I know we had a playlist of that on the channel a while back. I've got too many playlists that I haven't finished, and stuff. But what I'm thinking is, I haven't been enjoying Dark Souls games. I do want to finish Lies of P, and I do want to finish Lords of the Fallen, even if I've beat it once. But maybe I'm not in the best place right now to do that. Because every time we play it, I kind of get meh feeling after a little while. Not immediately, but like after a while, I kind of get meh. So, I don't know exactly the list yet, but I'm thinking maybe a little bit of Stardew, maybe. Or maybe something cute like Slime Rancher. Or maybe something like Banjo-Kazooie, or older RPGs. Maybe, it's been a good while since I played Dragon Age. Maybe a playthrough of Dragon Age. Who cares? I always think that when you play a game, you have to do a blind playthrough. It can't be a game you played. But I'm thinking that's stupid. Why not a game I've already played before? Why not go back and play all the RPGs I enjoy? Why not take another crack at Starfield? Let's stick to our guns here and play games that we actually enjoy. Like, I like RPGs. I know RPGs are a solid choice here. Why not take a break from the competitive games? I know I said I wanted to be competitive, and that's fine. I can do that with my brother. We don't have to stream that, though. You know what I mean? That doesn't have to be... I want my main content here to be RPGs. Maybe every once in a while we'll play RoboQuest, or Binding of Isaac, or... That's fine. I like roguelikes. Or maybe... But I think I need to take a break from Dark Souls-like games. Just because I haven't been enjoying them, and if I keep pushing it, maybe I'll never enjoy them. And that's one of my biggest fears. And then, but I'm still trying to figure out a list of RPGs to play. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I would love to put them on my wish list or check them out. The other thing beyond that is I'm worried I'm going to run out of games, or I'm worried that, I don't know, it just won't hit. And I'll be back where I started, I guess. So, yeah. But, thanks for listening to me talk. That's kind of how I've been feeling lately. Well, then eat, you dummy. What are you doing? Go eat food. I guess it's been bothering me a little bit. I guess part of me kind of wishes a game that I like playing was popular or trending. You know what I mean? I know that's silly, because, like, I obviously never play... there's been several situations where a game that's trending is a game that I was currently playing, but then I choose not to play it when it's trending. I mean, there's several situations where I've chosen physically not to play a game when it's trending. I mean, like Power World. Power World came out, I was playing it. I was playing it a bunch, and then right when it was, like, trending, like, at its peak, I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. And I do that a lot. I know that's my fault. I know that. And I'm weird. I always just play the games I like. Which a lot of people tell me, I'm proud of you. You play games you like. A lot of my friends and family have told me, like, I'm proud that you just play games you like. You don't do the meta. You don't do what's trending. You kind of just play games you like. I know that. And that's because I don't want to play whatever, blah, blah, blah. But part of me is a little, I guess, spiteful or something. I don't know the right word. Because sometimes I wish like a game I liked was trending. Like why can't Fallout trend? I'd play a playthrough of Fallout. We never finished our playthrough of Fallout. Or maybe I should give Fallout 4 a chance again. I kind of shit on it all the time. And maybe just vanilla without mods. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. See, I'm doing that thing. I'm thinking about it. But like, yeah. Thinking about games. Let me see. I do want a streaming PC. My only problem is that you guys know me, and I'm not very technical adept. Like, I struggle. One of the reasons I stopped promoting my stuff lately, every time I would stream, I would promote my stuff on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and every other social media I could think of. I would always put my stuff there and say I'm going live and put a link and stuff. I even made a social tree or whatever that's called, and I'd throw that up there for people, and I try and promote my Discord, but I don't know. I guess it's messed up, but I guess I gave up. That's the only way I can think of saying it. I gave up. I gave up trying to promote my stuff. I kind of just gave in. I was just like, because I would do it every day, and I guess the pressure got to me because I was just like, what's the point? You know what I mean? What's the point if like it just same reason why I felt kind of down about always talking to chat when it's empty. Like I'm talking to you guys right now. Like it just feels like you know it's a lot of effort for something I just want to make silly content and laugh and stuff. But I guess I've always had a weird reverse mind. I don't think like other people. Like I want to do all this stuff and things, but I don't understand the technical aspect of it, and sometimes it gets to me. You know, I just want to do it, but I don't want to do all this extra crap. And I guess that can come off as lazy, which isn't my intention. It's more just I put a lot of effort and energy into stuff before I even get to doing the streaming and stuff, and sometimes it can kind of drain my battery. So then I don't have enough energy to put into the actual product, I guess. And that bums me out, especially when I see the final product not do anything at all. It doesn't even do like super well, just nothing. Nothing comes of it. I put all this extra work every single day when I stream, and then nothing comes of it. Not a zip. And that's what bothers me, I guess. So I got to a breaking point where like, well, why bother? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point in it all? And that's kind of what's been killing streaming for a while too. And I know it's a super brutal competitive business, but my biggest hope is that I just hope that somebody enjoys my content. Maybe it brings somebody laughter, joy, and maybe brightens their day. That's my biggest hope. That's one of the reasons why I was inspired. When I remember when I was a kid, and I'm gonna get emotional. I might cry. I'm sorry. I remember when I was younger and I was in a dark place, and I used to watch, like, cause I was around, maybe not around the very beginning of YouTube, but I was around that time. I remember when I remember like Sneezing Panda and Chocolate Rain and Star Wars Kid. I remember Smosh when they first started. I'm old, chat. Don't pick on me too hard. Um, and I remember Mark and PewDiePie and Jack when they first started. And I remember I was in a pretty dark place, I guess, and I watched Mark's content and Jack and sorry, hold on. I I don't know. I know a little bit more technical stuff, probably a lot more technical stuff now, but back then I didn't know anything. So I just thought it was magic. And you can pick on me if you want. I know that sounds silly, but Magic Bot has Magic Man in it who makes magic jokes and makes me feel better. And I kid you not, I was subscribed to Mark's first channel before he had to private it, and I watched every single one of his videos. And then I immediately subscribed to the second one. We put it up, and I've fallen off now. I don't watch not much Mark anymore, but back in the day, before he got like very famous after FNAF and all that, I watched every single one of his videos, and like just and nostalgic. Does anybody remember the candy cane animation from the infinite looping door in the chainsaw through the cornfield? Ugh. The manor with the copper mannequin. Jeez. Where's the blacksmith? Beat a blow. Oh, man. Jack's Happy Wheel videos were so popular, but there was a lot of stuff he did before it that were really, really funny too. I loved, I loved Mark's, God, I can't even remember what the hell it was. It was that fucking, one thing, you threw yourself into traffic. What was it? Turbo Dismount. I died laughing every single time I'd watch Turbo Dismount. And I'm just talking about nostalgic shit now. I don't even know where this fucking... This is supposed to be a heart-to-heart talk, and now I'm talking about shit I watched as a kid. I don't even know where this is going, Chad. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I loved Turbo Dismount. I fucking loved it so much. I died laughing. I actually laughed so hard, I puked out my nose. I'm not even kidding. Oh. And then, Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator Turbo Dismount were my favorite. I would watch them all the time. Oh, they were so funny. Oh, little potato man. Little potato man. And then, Papers, Please for Jack. And then the little house one. The house one where you were like a little soot and like how you burn things in the house fire. I can't remember the name of it, but that was one of my favorites for Jack. And then Pewds. I liked, my brother liked Amnesia for Pewds. I liked, oh God, what was it? I also liked Amnesia, but, can't remember the name of the game. But it was a different game he was playing around the same time he was playing Amnesia back in the day. Where he called everything Stefano and Barrel, and stuff. Oh, I'm just proving how old I am. I used to watch Smosh, moving over to the other thing. I used to watch... I'm okay talking about nostalgic stuff now. Better than just ranting about games that I'm not enjoying at the time. You know what? This feels kind of nice just talking about crap. A lot of people are like, oh, you gotta play the game and talk. I can't multitask with the shit. You know, I'm a cool just giving you guys a background in my game and talking with you guys. I remember, Smosh's, like, they'd sing Pokemon and stuff, and then they did the skits and stuff, and, like, the fucking food battles and shit. And these are all, like, super popular stuff, though, to be fair. It was the Charlie the Guinea Pig, and, I guess a lot of people know about it now because they rebought Smosh. They were talking about all the nostalgic stuff now. But, like, that just feels like yesterday for me. And I was so happy when they rebought Smosh recently and stuff. And, because that literally is just, that was my childhood growing up. So, like, it just, all the weird shit, like, all the weird shit they did growing up was just, I don't know, man. Probably my brain is fucked, to be honest. But, it was good times. Oh, who have I been watching now? Who's been? I've been watching. I'm still watching Smosh. I like current generation Smosh. So I'm slouching. I like current generation Smosh just as much as I like old Smosh, which may be controversial, but like I like their Try Not to Last and their Eat or Eat It. I like watching a lot of the stuff they make. I don't like the Reddit stories, which a lot of people do. It's just I don't like. I don't know. Maybe it's my attention span. The stuff they talk about is funny. They make me laugh, but I can't watch a full one sometimes. It depends. Maybe I don't like the hate comments. Like that in a video format isn't my thing. But um like I'm trying to think. I just like everybody at the current Smash is charming. I love Shane. I love Courtney. I love I'm blanking on names. It's fine. It uh, dang it, that's unfortunate. I can't. I'm blanking on names. That's okay. Maybe Good Mythical Morning. I've been watching Good Mythical Morning. I haven't watched them in years, and I decided to watch them a couple days ago for the first time in a while, and it was kind of nostalgic going back and watching them because I used to watch them a lot in high school, and I grew up. That's actually another person I used to watch. OG YouTube. I watched them when they first started their channel, and I remember their very first Willet episode, and that was my favorite content on their channel. All their food, weird stuff they try, like that was my favorite format. And then I just stopped watching them. You know how it is. You just forget. You just forget to watch content for a while. Maybe my content is talking about stuff. I don't know. I that's the weird thing about a journey is you don't know what your content will be. You don't know what your thing is. You know what I mean? I don't know what my thing is. And that's one of the most frustrating things going through a journey is I don't know what my freeform content is, my niche. Like if I'm a streamer and a content creator, I haven't found it yet. You know what I mean? But like I want to. But the most frustrating thing is I have limited access. I have a Xbox and I can upload it to my channel. And that's it right now. And I have a webcam. And I have a mic. But I work with what I got. But, and then you have to ask yourself, well, what do I like to do? I'd like to bitch about games when I'm frustrated. I like to talk about stuff I like. I like to be nostalgic. I like to make funny jokes. I like to vibe with people. You know, you gotta sit there and you break, even if it's like something negative or positive, you gotta break it down and be like, well, what can I do with what I've got? I can talk about stuff I like. You know, I like stuff. I can be open with my audience. I like to be vulnerable with my audience. I like to connect with my audience. Something I learned from Mark, actually. If I never grew up watching Mark, I don't think I would have realized that that's okay to do, weirdly. And it's something that I'm grateful for. Yeah. And I like talking about it. Even if, like, some people find it weird, I do like to be vulnerable, and I do like to be emotional. Even if it's something like anger, depression, or sadness, or happiness, or excitement, nostalgic, melancholy, rose-tinted goggles. These are all, either it's a bad emotion or good emotion. Like, emotions are all part of you as a person. And I would never, like, not ignore, not like, I would never tell that part of myself, that emotion that is a part of myself, that it is wrong or bad or try and shut it away. Because that's a part of me. Whether it's a bad emotion or good emotion, it's still me. It's still a facet of me. And that's what makes humans beautiful. And, like, we're all struggling in life, I guess. We're all kicking and screaming and struggling one day at a time through life. So it's okay to mess up, and it's okay to, you know, like, fuck up. You know, no one's perfect, and that's what also makes humans beautiful, I guess, if you think about it. That's what I find so beautiful about humans, weirdly. It's also what makes me butt heads with people a lot, I guess. Like a weird outlook on life, but we're getting really off topic. It's just not the direction I thought I'd go with this. But yeah. I guess there's one more thing I'd talk. Something that's I've been bothering me a lot is how frustrating it is for me to do certain things because I guess how my brain works. I've been really frustrated with trying to tackle certain topics or challenges or certain like wrapping my head around certain things I want to do because of the way my brain works. I get really frustrated and upset sometimes, and I feel like I can't do it. Even if I were to like keep trying or training or grinding, I feel like sometimes I can't do it. And it's not because I'm giving up or I'm like depressed or it just feels like sometimes it feels a little impossible for where my brain or intelligence or something like that is at. And I get really upset, I guess. And I want to, though. It's not like I'm depressed or anything. I want to do it. I want to get stronger. I want to get smarter or something like that. And I want to overcome it. It just feels impossible sometimes. Like a impossible wall. An impassable. An unbreakable. Impassable wall has been suddenly been appeared in front of me. And it's this thing where I get frustrated lately. And it gets me down sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I can't do it. And but that's also can be a good thing, weirdly. And you're probably like, well, what do you mean? You just said what you said. Well, like it makes you tackle situations from a different angle. Yeah, you get upset in the moment and you get pissy or you get depressed, but then when you recover and you give yourself some space to like breathe and stuff, like you try and tackle that same situation um from a from a different angle. I mean, it doesn't always work. Sometimes I just, but it still gives me an appreciation for stuff. You know what I mean? Like it still gives me appreciation for that same situation, even if I don't end up tackling or defeating that same situation. I still have an appreciation for it. Um. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna be overweight, aren't I? I'm still gonna be overweight. I'm trying to think what else. I actually wouldn't mind talking about nostalgic stuff. Oh, I know. So I've been watching Nuzlocke for the first time on YouTube, and I really like them. As someone who's only, I think, played, um, as someone who's only really played, Emerald, I think Emerald and, Heart Gold growing up, because I had a basic DS and I had a Game Boy. I wasn't able to play the other Pokemon games. I've always wanted to play all the Pokemon games. And I was watching, I like watching Jaden. Jaden's really funny. And then I got recommended, someone named, uh, from Jaden, I learned about J Slash. And then from J Slash, I learned about, I don't know how to pronounce their names. I'm so sorry. The person that Jaden did a Nuzlocke with. And I can't pronounce the name. It's like J something R. They usually are anime with blonde hair. They have blonde hair. I was watching them, and I started watching J Slash lately, and I am super appreciative to the learning about having to branch out from video games. If I didn't start branching out to video games lately, I would have never thought about branching out to different content and watching different things. Because I was so. This is something I don't think I've ever talked to anybody about. So, I was so strict about what I watched. I'm like, only cartoons and anime. This is the only thing I'll watch. Because they make me feel good and I really like them. And I like the cartoon characters. They're really cute. And then lately, I just. They weren't hitting lately. As I've gotten more mature, um, I just couldn't keep playing the same games. And that's another thing that's been scaring me, because these other games I've been playing, I'm not enjoying either. But I can't go back and play Fallout 3 over and over and over like I could when I was younger. So I'm sitting here, I'm scared. If I'm being honest, the motion is probably scared. Will I ever enjoy a game? Will I ever like a game again? Will any game ever feel as special as that game? Will I ever enjoy a universe and want to spend hours upon hours in that game again? Will I ever find something as special? Those are things you ask yourself, and then you get stressed out. But going back to the other thing, I, I I'm stuttering. This has been a very emotional stream so far, but I'm enjoying it. I'm glad we're doing this. Been wanting to do a special stream like this where I talk with you guys, like for a while. I haven't done one for a while, but I'm not very good at these. I don't write things down. I have to do everything off from here and from here. If I didn't do that, then I don't think I would have ever thought about watching new people. I always kind of shut down any recommendation that like a console or a YouTube or anything ever gives me. I'm like, oh, I won't like that person or whatever. But I gave it a chance. I've been giving things chances recently, and I've kind of sometimes enjoy it, sometimes I don't. But like, I started watching JD Animation. I mean, for God's sakes, I didn't know Game Grumps were until my brother showed me Game Grumps, and I love Game Grumps. They're so funny. I feel like I'm living under a rock or in a closet my whole life, and I'm so frustrated. That does make me want to cry. There's so many things I didn't know, and lately it's been so much fun learning about new people and new things and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some things I'm frustrated with. Like some things, games, I've been ripped off a lot. I've spent a lot of money on games lately. Like, too much money on games. Like, all the money I get goes to games, and a lot of times, like, oh, that game looks really cool, and I'll fall for it, and I'll spend money on it, and the game fucking sucks. It sucks. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't ever buy myself posters or cool blankets or clothing, or I always spend all my money on games. Like 100%, or sometimes fast food. That doesn't count. Or drink, but I always end up buying these $100 pre-order fucking games and like the other things back in the day, like games that were coming out, there was not pre-orders, and they costed $60. When they're out, they were out, and all the DLC came with the game. That was it. And it was just $60. That was back in the day. And now it's a gamble. Now it feels like a gamble when you buy a game if you're going to like it or not. And that sucks. Because a lot of time, like, oh, this game looks really cool. It's coming out. Oh, yeah, that looks cool. I'm sold. I'll get it. And then I buy it, and it sucks. And you're like, oh, fuck, I wasted... And it takes me a long time to save up $100. Let alone $50. $20 sometimes takes me a long time to save up too. So imagine me like, oh, this game looks really cool. Okay, I'm gonna save up money for this game, just like I did for Dragon's Dogma 2. Right? Like I said, I want to play. I know I love Dragon's Dogma 1, and they're just improving everything with Dragon's 2, and I'm trusting them, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good. But I have that kind of, I wouldn't call it trauma, but I have that kind of icky fear from previous getting fucked over from games that looked good, that I thought were good. I mean, okay, you guys are gonna make fun of me. I don't think I've told this on stream before, but like, one of the worst things was like when Fortnite was first coming out. Alright, and it looked like a cool cartoony game, and I like cartoons. It said it was gonna be something it wasn't gonna be, or maybe I misunderstood, because that's something I do. And like, I spent, I think, like $100 or $200 on the campaign. On that version of the game, because I thought it was going to be a really cool cartoon campaign kind of. I mean, the game was called, like, the game version was called Campaign, for God's sakes. And I was like, oh, this will be really cool, and I spent so much money. I've never gotten that money back, and I never play Fortnite. So that's one of the reasons you'll never see me play. Plus, I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royales. The game was nothing like I thought it was going to be. It turned into a huge success, so good for it. But, like, I spent way too much money on that. And I hated it. And, yeah, it sucked. It was awful. And I've done it, there's been like a couple games, more than a couple. There's been, there's been a lot of games that I've done that with. And it sucks, but, fuck, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Shit, anime. Yeah, I was watching. It let me basically, like, I give stuff chances now. I was watching Jaden, was recommended to me. I didn't know Gang Grunts were before. I ended up watching Jaden. Jaden recommended, because I watched Jaden, I got recommended J Slatch. I think that's how I pronounce his name. Don't flay me alive if I got it wrong. And then J Slats I got recommended, or maybe it's because it was Jaden and J Slats. I got recommended I can't remember their name. Something a rap or something. But they did the Nuzlocke with Jaden. That was really cool. And then I ended up finding a professional Nuzlocker who reacted to Jaden's Nuzlocke animation. And I was watching him yesterday. And I thought he was really funny. And then that's who I've been watching recently. I know it's a really weird way to come full circle to that, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was trying to get to. And I kind of got a little distracted. But it was really funny. I'm trying to think of who else I've been watching recently. Good Mythical Morning. And, Smosh. Puffer. I know I talked about it before, but I've been watching a lot of Puffer and Grizzy. And, mostly Puffer. Puffer and Smitty, actually. Puffer and Smitty are two people I'm watching a lot. Which is weird, because I used to talk back in the day about how, back in the day, like, last year. Back in the day. Which was last year. About how I was only watching like Wildcat and Panda, and then I finally kind of watched all of their content, and there's not enough content for me to watch, so I had to find someone else to watch. I got to that point where I kind of watched everything. So I ended up, cause like before, like, I don't know, when I first started watching Puffy, Jesus Christ, deep breaths. When I first started watching Panda, I combined Panda and Puffer's name together on accident because I'm not taking time to breathe and talk. I'm talking too fast. When I first started watching Panda and Wildcat, I did see Puffer's content, and back then I don't know what was what was going on, but like they were just a little too like for me. I didn't quite enjoy it, but now for some reason their content is hitting just right. I don't know. I really like it, and that's what I've been watching a lot of. I like the way Smitty kind of animates his content. The way he animates his content and like edits it is really enjoyable. Or maybe his editor does it. I would love to have my content done that. Not that I would ever. I don't know if I'll ever get an editor, and I don't think I would ever be able to learn how to do tech stuff like that. I don't think that's. I think that's a little, maybe a little too up here for me. But like, cause like even streaming and doing editing stuff, or figuring out how to use like OBS or something is like up here for me. It's a little too complicated for me, but but I like the way that it's enjoyable to watch, and then Puffer stuff is fun. I was watching Puffer. What got it actually was I watched Puffer do a Nuzlocke, and then I found Jaden's thing, and then that led me to where I was. That's what it was. Got it. And then what are we even talking about? How did I get on this? It doesn't matter. You know what? Let's rewind here a second. We've been on this for a little bit. Okay. I think we can officially say the heart to heart is over. I've been talking about content and stuff for a while now. So, let's see. I think one of the things that I really want is when people, even like small content creators, have a little bit of a small following. I think something I crave, even if I'm not doing it like full on professionally all the time, something I crave is something I crave that I see other content creators have is that connection of having a fan watch their content. You know, even my Twitter kind of is dead. You know what I mean? All I do on there is like retweet cats and cartoon shows and other things and stuff. I crave that actually alive. It doesn't. I don't have to be successful or big, but I crave the interactions between a streamer and a fan base, whether it's on Twitter or other things. What's the point of making content if I don't have at least one person watching? That's what I crave most of all. When I see other people do it, they still have one person comment back. Maybe it might be like, "You suck, boo!" You know what I mean? But there's one person at least that takes the time out of their day to comment. No one, unless it's family and friends, but like no one, not a genuine fan comes out and says, "Hey, I like your stuff." You know what I mean? Someone doesn't get super excited and come watch my content. You know what I mean? I want that. And it's a weird thing to want to like keep making content for, but it's something that does sometimes keep me up at night. Like, I want to keep grinding so that I can have that kind of fan. I want that kind of fan that likes my content and it gets excited and it makes their day. Why am I getting emotional over this? Jesus. I want somebody that like looks forward to a new video and like posts on my Twitter. This is stupid. But it is something that I see and I want. And maybe it's not the most ambitious goal, but like it is something that I think I genuinely want. Even if it's just like a couple people watching my stuff, I just want one genuine fan like that that likes my stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know why it is that it bothers me when I'm streaming and it's dead empty, dead silent. Discord's empty and dead silent. Twitter's dead empty and dead silent. Facebook, YouTube, the Discord, everything. It's just it's something about that eerie silence that kind of just feeds your intrusive thoughts. You're not doing a good enough job. Your content sucks. You need to be funnier. These awkward silence are awful. Maybe you're burnt out and you should take a break. There's all these fucking voices in the back of your head, always nagging you. And you're just like, I'm doing my best, man. Can you all just shut up and leave me alone? And then, like, you know what I mean? Probably somebody does. But, like, it's just, it's maddening. It's the most maddening thing in the world. It's just crazy. I want to find my own way. I want to find a way, and I want to carve a path like no one ever has. I want to make dumb, stupid fucking content like no one ever has. Hey Samurai, thanks for chatting for the first time. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. But like, follow for follow. I also love this game. I'm sorry, but I don't do follow for follow. But I appreciate the love. That's something that I haven't really understood. What is the appeal of follow for follow? I don't get it. Maybe it's just the way my brain works a lot, but like, for follow, like, maybe it's just because a lot of the time I only follow people that I like their content, and maybe that's not the most positive thing for growth. Like, maybe that doesn't help you as a content creator. A lot of my ideals don't help me grow on here, which I get, and we've been talking about that a lot. But like, and I know this has been a really big heart-to-heart chat. I didn't expect it to be this long of a stream, but like I don't know. Like, follow for follow. You follow somebody and they follow you back. Is that so you can increase your growth? But if you have all these followers and you follow them, what's the point after you have a bajillion followers, but none of them actually show up to your stream? What happens then? Like, I want to have like, I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult to put into words. I don't believe in follow for follow because I'd rather have a couple of people who follow me, but they all like my content and they're genuine. You know, not to call anybody not genuine. I don't mean it like that. I just mean like it comes from in here. I don't want to force people to follow me, and I don't want to follow other people if I'm not interested. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I'd rather follow somebody who I actually like their content, and I want them to also do the same for me. Like, I want, if someone clicks that follow button, I want them to actually like my content. I want to feel genuine happiness when someone shows up to stream a couple times in a row and says, I love your content. I can't stop showing up. I also want to do that for other people. When I go and watch Alicia X Life, who's a streamer, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, it's how I feel. When I watch the Game Grumps, that's how I feel. When I watch Smosh, that's how I feel. Like, I want someone to feel that way about me. I want to get to that point as a content creator. I want to be that funny. You know, I want to make dumb content. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I don't know. Oh god, someone's depressed again. Hold on. But yeah. What? Stop being depressed. What's wrong with you? Um, saying something before I got distracted. Yeah, okay, so something I wanna do is I wanna make my own path. I was saying this before and I got distracted. Something I really, really want is I wanna do something. I don't know what it is yet, but I wanna do something no one else has done. I wanna make content like no one else has. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know yet, but I want to make something really, really funny, or something really, really enjoyable, or something someone could watch and repeat. Just something dumb and enjoyable and fun. Like that's what I want. Oh my god, you guys just shoved a bunch in here. Like that's the kind of content I want to pursue at some point. That's the kind of passion that I have right now as a person. And I don't know how to do it just yet, but that is something that I am going to try and pursue. We might need another fridge. Let me see. What do I not have a lot of? Let me see. Yeah, I feel pretty good about everything we talked about today. Trying to think about anything else we could talk about. I think I got everything out I wanted to. I feel pretty good about this stream. I think my biggest problem right now, and one of the reasons why I haven't been consistent or streamed all that much, is probably games. I haven't found a game that I feel like I really want to stream. One of the things is, like, I could just stream a game. I know a lot of streamers stream games even if they're not, like, super into it, which I get. I really do get that. If the game's okay, I guess I could do it, but if I really hate the game, I don't think I want to. Like, Palworld, I guess I could stream it every once in a while, in between games. If I think about it from a logical point, it's not a terrible game. I just don't like the building and the managing of Palmons. Like, that's one of the things that, like, I just don't like there's certain mechanics about it, and they happen to be major core mechanics, not something I can ignore. Like, managing Palmon, building, like, gathering. Like, I don't like how many. It's that thing when you play a game where you need, like, a higher tier something. So you get, like, what, 100 ore, and then get, what, 50 iron ingots out of it after. And then what? You need, like, what, 100 ingots to make something else, and then we get 20 of that after that. Then you do all that and grind all that, and then you need what? Then you finally make, like, a furnace, some higher tier furnace, and what? Then you get another crafting recipe, and then you have to do another thing. For me, that's soul degrading. That degrades my soul. It's just so much of something. So if it was just a basic thing to get a gun so you can go kill a boss, like, if I just got one thing and if all that, and it was a really cool thing, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. Alright, cool. Like, if it was an RPG thing, like, you did all that, and it wasn't just for a furnace. Like, if you were just gathering a bunch of materials to shove into a machine, then like, poops out a big fucking gun, or, like, a big sword, and you're just like, oh, cool. Like, if it was a furnace mechanic to build a sword, I'd be cool with that. That's fine, even though I'm not the biggest fan of, like, building stuff. I'd be cool. I'd be like, oh, cool, I got a fucking sword. Awesome. Cool. But it's not. It's monotonous grinding for more monotonous grinding, which is soul degrading. Then there's the managing of your hunger and your thirst and your sleep and all this other stuff in survival games, which I hate because I don't want to. I don't want the immersion. As someone who's here for fantasy to escape realism after a hard day, I don't want to have to deal with hunger, thirst, and all this and crap in a game. I already have to do that in real life. You weirdos. Who likes that crap? My brother. My brother likes that crap. And then, to top it all off, you have to... Okay, the building of an actual cool base, as you can see I made one, is kind of fun for a little while. But then I'm like, okay, I made this big base. I decorated it. Cool. I'm not going to make a second base. It's not going to happen. And then I always pick bad places for a base. Like, this was a cool base to make a base, but it's awful for, like, crafting stuff. But it looks cool. This base, like, look how cool this base looks. Look at this location. It's an awesome location. It's right where you started, though. But I think it looks cool. The only problem is the auto-pathing to some of the workbenches is broken. Like, they can't go down there to my advanced workbench, and they get stuck on things all the... See? They get stuck on things all the time. But I'm bitching. I like bitching. What am I talking about? I just worried that you guys don't want to hear me bitch. I mean, if something bothers you, don't you want to bitch about it? But, like... Yeah. Yeah. I know I've complained about a couple things. Like in Dark Souls games where you have to parry or dodge. Because your heavy armor apparently can't tank blows, even though it's a fantasy game. So what's the point of wearing it? Or, like, certain things or other things or blah, blah, blah. It's just... I just want a balanced game. Where I can do what I want and have fun. You know what I mean? I don't have to sacrifice things for other things. You know what I mean? That's why I just, like... That's why I always end up going back to, like, Outer Worlds, Fallout, and other things. Maybe it's not the most well-balanced game. Sure. But can I play it and have fun and not have to worry about crap? Yes. But yeah. Okay. I think I talked about everything I want to. Why don't we go ahead and switch to a different game? Or how about we go explore a little bit? And then... I think it's only fair you guys sat here for this long. We'll play a little Pal World. Then I think I want to play a game. A different game. You guys sat here. You were very patient. I think I'll set up a different stream. And maybe I'll go through my games and look at some games and see what we can plan for streams. I do want to start streaming more and more in the future too. Alright. Let there be sound. We gotta get that person off the roof, though. I don't know how they keep getting stuck up there, but it's driving me mad. I'll just put both the penguins here. I don't think they'll get stuck. Alright. I think you guys have been very patient, and I appreciate you guys so much for listening to me talk about random shit for, what, probably an hour or two? I don't even know. It means the world to me, and I appreciate it more than anything. Is the shiny right over there? It's in the wall. Alright. It was a shiny chicken. Let's just go explore. Let's just take in the scenery and enjoy the pretty game. Something I've been wanting to find is like a dark fire type, but I don't have good armor. The only problem is when we play a game like this, I want to cheat. Because of all the terrible building and stuff. I do want to turn like the Gathering multiplayer up and Hunger down. Just because those are the type of mechanics I don't like. So I'd rather just get building out of the way so I can explore. Like, I like exploring and combat more. And that's my only problem, is then I end up at a point where, like, well, you already know where I'm going with. I end up at a point where then I get bored, because then I've modified the game too much. And then I'm just like, you know what I mean?
What?
Because technically it's not how the game's supposed to be. Well, if they let you modify the game, you can play the game however you want, but eh. But you can kind of see where I've been. I should actually remove the star. So this is where I was getting the honeybees that produce honey in your garden for cooking. The reason I was doing that is I was making cakes. Hey, hey Blazy. You missed the heart-to-heart talk. I'm actually playing the game now. I want to go over this mountain over here, but it's too hot. Apparently, I burned to death. So, maybe we'll try and explore somewhere else. I've been up here. I don't know if I've been there. What's poppin'? I don't know. I haven't had a heart-to-heart with my, I don't know what to call it, the nerdum, the fandom, the I don't know what to call you guys yet. My nerds. What's up, my nerds? I don't know. Uh, for a while, I just wanted to have a heart to heart and talk about everything going on and how I'm feeling and stuff. You know, talk about shit and stuff. Um, that's what I did. I guess I got on top one and gone down. It felt nice. I think I'm gonna play this for a little bit and maybe switch to a different game. You know, I was just talking about how, like, a lot of the time the chat feels empty and the Discord server's empty, and whenever I tweet out to Twitch, it's empty, and I kind of just want, like, I just want a couple people to show up every stream, and I kind of want to, that's kind of my ambition right now, is to get people to show up, and I want someone to always be excited for the content I put out, and, you know, I want, when I see other content creators, I see someone always replying to their content, and someone's always showing up in their chat, and that's kind of something I want to grind towards. That's kind of what I want to grind towards, is having a fandom, I guess, like an actual, like, because one of the things that kind of dissuades me from making content and bums me out is always having, Jesus Christ, is how dead it is a lot in a lot of this stuff. I guess the best way to put it. Beyond that, we talked about some nostalgic shit. We talked about, talked about one of the reasons why I've been kind of meh lately and not making a lot of content, things bothering me, games, and, a lot of other stuff, really. That's just kind of updating on life. One of the reasons I've been making content now is because one of my brothers is moving still. I think he's gonna move into his place finally tomorrow. And then I had to go to the hospital. I think not yesterday, the day before. And then I want to go up there. So yeah. So I don't know if I can stream tomorrow or the next day, because I will be helping with that. And then yeah. I've just been really busy lately as well. I've thought about it. I was doing it for a while.
What?
My phone's kind of shit and doesn't have a lot of memory. If I did that, I can't play my phone games on my phone. That's my... I know that's a silly reason not to, but I could. The other thing I was talking about that you missed was, like, a lot of games lately have been kind of missed for me. I'll play one game and be like, oh, this game's kind of fun, and I'll come back to it and be like, this game's kind of shit, and then I won't continue doing it. There's a lot of playlists on my channel of me not finishing stuff, and you'll kind of see that, and that's why I've kind of stopped making playlists for stuff, because I don't want to start a game and not finish it. which has been a really bad problem of mine lately. Um, I'm thinking about maybe playing older games just in case, like maybe going and playing some older RPGs and stuff, because I don't know, a lot of newer games have just been kind of crap. It's the best way to put it, and I just haven't been having as much fun. Come here. We got some syndicates to burn. I thought about maybe going back and finally finishing Starfield. I have a bad habit of not playing, not a bad habit. I don't believe in always playing the most trendiest games. I always want to play what I want to play. But, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We played Lords of the Fallen earlier today with my brother. We ended up beating a boss on both of our sides, which was fun. So if you missed that stream, that was a pretty good, that's a pretty one. That should be on YouTube already. Oh, I'll read that in just a second. I'm freeing this weird fish. Dunmud. Dumud. Dumud! Alright. Silly. Let's check out chat. New games have been trash. Yeah, a lot of them have been trash. I also talked about how I've wasted a lot of money on games, and it's like, and it feels like gambling a lot lately, which sucks. Yes, man. Sorry about not being active recently. I'm hanging out with all my friends and stuff before I move. No reason to be sorry. I would never make somebody watch my content. Like that kind of defeats the purpose. I'd rather people want to come watch my content. You know what I mean? Forcing people to watch content just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? It's not the same. That hits different. Not in a good way. We'll go up there. Palmons are eating a lot more food than usual. I wonder even if I have their hunger and stuff all the way at the bottom. I wonder if they did an update recently that fixed that so they have to eat. That's gonna bother me. The whole reason I fucking turn stuff down is so I don't have to take care of those bastards. That's not nice. You don't want to pick this fight. Okay, you're picking this fight. You know what I might do? Because I'm in a pretty good mood right now. I might stay up late and do another stream. I wanted this to be a short stream. So what I might do is I might kind of explore a little bit more, and then I'm going to switch games to something I want to play. And then I might do a late night stream. Because I haven't done one of those in a while. Which is what? I enjoy your streams. I just got back and saw you're streaming. Thank you for the follow, JT. Bet, let's get it. Alright. Random survey question. Have you ever given somebody a wedgie before or gotten one? That is a very random question. Well, let me ask you a question. Why you doing random questions? What kind of survey is it, dude? And then I'll answer your question. Stop attacking me. It's for a school project on Sibylry Rivalry. A lot of people said they've done that to their little brothers or cousins. Dog, can't believe I'll be living in the same city as you. Said you're gonna be moving to the same city too? I mean, it'll be fun. We'll see. We'll definitely have to hang. Um, sibling. No, I've never given. I don't think I've given anybody wedgie, and I definitely haven't been wedgied before. God forbid if somebody would have wedgied me, I probably would have knocked them out cold. Um, I know in high school, I'm pretty sure I beef stewed somebody. Wedgied somebody though before. No, I don't think I've ever been someone wedgie. I think people were afraid of me growing up. I kind of had that mad dog look a lot unintentionally, or something. Maybe I just stink, or maybe people just didn't want to associate. I don't know. Who fucking knows? What looks interesting over there? So that's the mountain area I can't go to because it's too hot. You can see base from here. That's move your goofy head. That's move your goofy head. That's space right there. Apparently these towers are like boss battles, but I haven't found more. Only the first one. I haven't seen any fucking more. There's apparently one over there in the ice area. Over there. I tried to go to that fucking tree actually. Drink you nerd. Just put chapstick on. Thank you for the drink. I tried to go to that tree. It took me like an hour just to go over there with a fucking bird. Fly over there, and then there was a fucking wall there. It pissed me off. It took me forever to fucking get over there. And there was a fucking wall there, and it pissed me off beyond belief. I was so livid. Alright. This really is Pride Rock. I love the tree already. It looks like Yggdrasil. I wanted to go over there. I wanted to go to the fucking mountain, but it was too hot, so I started walking over there. It took me forever to get there. I was so pissed. There's gonna be a cave under here, watch. No? Really? Okay. Okay. I know I said this earlier when we were doing the talk, but it just hits different when you have somebody actually talk to in chat. Yggdrasil, yeah. Yggdrasil. Throw some ideas, chat. What kind of games should we play after this? It's a lot funner when I can actually ask chat what kind of games we should play. I will say that something I regret is I think... I don't know if it was me or what happened. Maybe it's because I took such a long break from streaming, but it feels like I had a lot of people who were interested in my content before I took a long break when I was streaming every single day, and I do miss that. A lot of people were in the Discord server, and now everything's kind of done. I miss that. I still would have taken a long break because I was burnt out. That's nothing I can finish because I did need that break. But I do... I don't know. Okay, well, I just heard everybody cock their gun. I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to do things differently. I needed a break, and I was grinding every single day. There's nothing about that I can change, but... I just miss having people, like a lot of people... I don't say a lot, I think it was like 30 people. But maybe more. I don't know. But I do miss that, like, bunch of people who are interested in my content. To be fair, though, I think one of the things that I made a mistake doing... one of the things that I regret doing... and it's not like a big deal... I would ask a lot of my friends to support my channel, I guess. I would say that's maybe, like, a little bit of the bulk of where my followers came from. But one of the things I realized later on, when I was trying to be professional about it, which I'm not really anymore, is, like, I don't want to be, I guess, is, like, I'm asking my friends to, like, support my channel and follow me, but then I realized they're not going to watch my stuff. They're just following me because of my friends and family. And... I'm kind of realizing that that's not going to help me. Just like how I don't kind of like follow for follow. It's kind of based, but I kind of like, oh, well, this... Alright. I'm like, okay. I kind of realize this is stupid. I'm based about old games, but everyone needs a break. Yeah, yeah, for real, for real. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure. But like, I think it. Excuse you. I think it just got to a point where like, I don't know. You look through your followers list. I don't do it very often. But you look through your followers, you get a little like misty eyed. I guess you're like, because a big chunk, I guess, of it is um friends and family, and you start to realize that not a lot of the people there are people who found your content. A lot of it was people and friends and family who supported you, which is a good thing. There's people who want to see you thrive, which is good. They're friends and family who care about you. But a good chunk of the people who follow me are friends and family who may not like my content, but do want to see me thrive. So they want to bulk up my numbers, which is cool. I appreciate them more than anything. That's probably how I got affiliate, if I'm being honest. But there's also a small chunk of people who actually found my content, and the only problem is after a while, most of those people are friends. Only like maybe 5 of them are family members. So those friends kind of moved on after a while, but they probably didn't unsubscribe from my channel. And the sad thing is that like
What?
it just kind of hurts. Sometimes it's just a little like sad looking at the list, because you look at the list and like all those people who supported me and stuff, they moved on. You know what I mean? And what once was like all these friends coming together and following you and supporting you and trying to help you get to a bigger number and stuff, it kind of just dissipated, and then all those numbers and all that crap, it just kind of dies, and you become irrelevant, and your channel's dead and stuff, and it sucks. And you gotta build it all back up again, which I know I said before I'm willing to do. That's not a problem. It's just the feeling of all those people who were once here. They aren't here anymore, baby. They're gone. Um, and that feeling sucks. That's the feeling that I've been struggling with a lot lately. Is that feeling of like, I remember this person. This person I used to be friends with. I remember this person on my followers list. And this person and this person. And then almost every person on my friends list I can point at and look at and remember. I'm like, I remember this person. And sometimes it hurts, man. It fucking hurts. Cuz you remember and you're like, I don't see them anymore. I remember, and it may not even be when I'm streaming following. Maybe it's just like you hanged out with them on a game or used to talk a lot or something. But like, and maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm just built different. Maybe I see that when some people like I'm doing well. I'm doing well and we're just doing stuff differently. I see it and I get sad. I get a little sad. Like I remember when we used to talk and hang out and they moved on and like you know, sometimes, and that sucks. And it's weird because it's like a permanent list of followers who you see if you can see them all. Not every, I don't look at my followers all, I barely do it, but like you can see them every day and they're there, and it's like I don't know. But yeah, sorry, went on a weird tangent there, but like it's just, and it's nothing bad either. Like people move on, that happens. And that's the scary thing about Twitch is like, yeah, bro, I see what you mean. It blows when stuff like, yeah, I guess so. And like, that's the scary thing about Twitch is like, it's all dependent on the viewers. If people don't think you're funny, man, your ass is gonna get dunked. Like, you ain't funny, you don't do well. And that's fine. But like, it's also scary. Because if you are treating this like a job, like I used to, I treat it more like a hobby now, man, that, that means you don't get paid. Unless your friend constantly gifts you a fucking tier 3 sub and barely gets you paid. I don't know. I mean, kudos if you got a friend like that, but but I don't know. Uh, I'm just fucking talking at this point. Good lord. And anyway, does anybody know? We could play Vampire Survivor. I've been playing that a lot lately. We could play an RPG. Um, shit. What else could we play? I swear I could talk about anything for hours. I feel like that's one of my only like strong straight traits as a streamer. Is I could talk about anything for hours. I don't know. I will say that I'm still trying to find my own type of like niche content, something that makes me special and stands out among content creators. I feel like, and that's what I'm trying to find out. Like I know I've got to have something that I would be good at. Didn't I touch the teleporter? Where is it? Over here? Okay. And that's definitely something I'm trying to figure out. I know that I'm good at talking about anything bullshit. I feel like I can make it sound interesting. Uh, I fucking know that I'm passionate and willing to be vulnerable and talk about dumb shit on stream and show emotion. You're open-minded. Yeah. Let's see. Fuck. I'm willing to try games, even if I fucking hate it. I'm willing to try them on stream. I don't know if I'm funny. I think maybe I'm just too crucial myself, but sometimes I feel like I'm not the funniest, but who fucking knows? Shit. You know, I'm willing to talk about something real quick. It's something I'm kind of iffy about talking about a lot on stream, but I kind of do want to talk about it a little bit. Something that's been bothering me a lot, and I've been going back and forth a lot about lately, is like spicy stuff. If you know what that is. If you don't, then that's fine. You sweet bean, you. But spicy stuff. There's a lot of people who do spicy stuff on the side. And sometimes because that's kind of part of their job and their personality, you can kind of see it shine through when they stream normally. But a lot of the time, I kind of zesty spicy. Might hop on Oblivion or For Honor. I ain't playing For Honor. You can't get me to play that game. That game's gross. This has been a beautiful spot for a base, by the way. Look at this spot. I'll leave this on the map for you guys, if you guys want to steal this for a base on here. But this is gorgeous. Zoom this all the way out for you guys. Right where I'm at is a really gorgeous spot. But like, I don't know. Sometimes I want to make spicy jokes, or sometimes I want to make spicy content, or sometimes I want to, I don't know. But sometimes I'm like, it's not good for my mental health. Or sometimes I'm like, I don't know, I get shy about it. I could be a very shy being, believe it or not. I don't know, but I don't know. I can self-sabotage, especially when it comes to like spicy stuff. Like, that's probably not the best, but I also like it. And it's just kind of back and forth stuff that I'm just not sure about. But I don't know, it's difficult, I guess. I mean, I want to talk about it, but I don't know. I mean, it is something I'm passionate about, but I've never been in a situation or a scenario or a safe space to talk about it. I guess, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I've also never had really somebody talk openly about like stuff or compare who likes what or and stuff. So it's difficult. It really is. It's not easy. There's a level 11. Really? That's so silly. There's that type of boss here? Gamos. Level 11 Gamos boss. Ooh. Sometimes I wish, I wouldn't say exposure, but sometimes I wish I had more friends growing up who were a little bit more diverse or out there. Maybe, no, maybe it's not the right word. I don't know. You get where I'm coming from? I guess so. Maybe more adult. Maybe, no, I don't know the right word for this shit. I don't know. As much as I may seem adult or composed, a lot of the time I can be kind of a child, I guess. I'm pretty sheltered. when it comes to certain things, I guess. There's a lot of things I don't know, or... Well, they shot that Nightwing down, that's crazy. How do I really feel about it? It's complicated, I guess, due to trauma. I mean, I've had so many bad experiences with spicy stuff that... that it's difficult. I've always wanted to make and do spicy stuff and content that I don't know. I grew up watching Project Melody. I grew up watching a lot of content creators. I not the best scenario. I played VR chat on PC, desktop, a long time ago, and then I kind of switched to a Quest 2, and it was not in a good place in my life, I'll be honest. Originally I was playing the PC desktop version, and it was a really fun time in VR chat with, like, memes and, like, during the Uganda Knuckles time, if you know what I mean. But when I went back on Quest 2, it was not in a good time. It was probably the worst time I could have been playing it, because I went down a dark rabbit hole. I would say, like, a spicy rabbit hole. If anybody's following conversation, you understand what I mean. If you know VR chat, you'll know what I mean. And it probably is the worst thing for me, I guess. And that's where a lot of the trauma for spicy stuff happened. Especially because if you've heard the other story about, well, I put it up on YouTube. I've talked about it. Basically, my brain was underdeveloped until I was 16, due to the medication I was on. So my brain was still trying to grow and form. And that was a really bad time to be on that and do things on VR chat, I guess, which probably didn't help, which caused a lot of trauma. And that caused a lot of confusion. Now, I don't know. It probably wasn't the best place for me, guys, I guess. At that time. There's a fast travel point here.
What?
My biggest hope is that at some point, mercenary with wounded knee. Okay, thanks. Honestly, go for it. I've tried. I would guess the best way to say that how my trauma is like, I'll try and do things, and then what I'll do is I'll double back and kind of self-sabotage. I'll delete an account. I'll kind of unfriend people. I'll back off before I do anything. My biggest fear is, I don't know what my biggest fear is. I think it's just trauma. It's it's difficult. I don't even know. I don't think I'm afraid of anything, really. I think it's just self-sabotage. It's hard to explain. Anytime I get close to doing something that I want to do, I kind of double back and self-sabotage, which is something I've been trying to figure out for a long time. Why? And it's quite difficult. We're getting really in depth with this stream. Jesus, we're talking about a lot of issues. Not really what I thought I'd be doing, but whatever. I don't really care. I'll do it if you do it. Well, one of the reasons I want to do spicy stuff because I was interested in VR chat stuff at the time. A lot of content creators, but I think that's kind of a miss because, well, now that I understand it more and I'm a bit more mature, it would be better if you had a spicy friend or partner instead of just finding somebody random, because that's not realistic. And It, I don't know. It's not the best environment. A lot of people get hurt. A lot of people don't care about people's feelings. A lot of people don't do it correctly. A lot of people catch feelings. It's not really a proper environment. I will say that, not to toot my own horn, I would say I have a pretty good technique, at least in VR. I don't know a damn thing IRL. Let's leave that at that. Uh, yeah, no, I didn't understand that about VR. People being, I guess I do, from like people's point, from my point of view, I never understood the being an anime girl. If no, you know what, that's a lie. I get it. I just more often than not am a dude. If it's like a cute avatar and you're comfy in VR chat, I get it. I'd probably be like a fluffy like giant like a fluffy ball, like just a giant ball of fluff. But if I was a comfy avatar, something fluffy, like a giant squishy fluffy ball, you could like take a nap on a cloud. If I was gonna be a comfy avatar in VR chat, but like spicy wise, it just feels weird to be a female avatar, if you know what I mean. Like it doesn't. I mean, maybe if it's both in some way, maybe I'd be okay with that. But it really just depends on the comfort of both people, I guess. That's another problem with VR. A lot of people get to be whoever they want to in VR, which I get the appeal, but this all adds to the being trapped. This area is really pretty. That adds to a lot of people get trapped in that world because of that reason itself. And that's I'm not surprised by that, Blazy. That does fit you. But like that's a lot of reasons why a lot of people get trapped in VR and just live in there every single day. They even sleep in VR. Is because of the fact you can be anything. You can be a character from a cartoon you like. You can be the opposite gender. You can be a as tall as a tower. You can be a kaiju. You can be a microwave if you really want to. You can be anything. And that it's kind of a double-edged sword. Um okay, what fits me? That you want to be a chick. I can see it. I can. Yeah. Um when it comes to like IRL spicy stuff and making content, I think I'd rather have somebody I really trust. It's not as easy and flexible as something as like VR or having a VTuber model where it's like kind of fantasy-ish. It's not real. You know what I mean? You can stimulate it with like uh uh toys and stuff, I guess. It's not the same thing. Um, if I'm being honest though, I think I would kill in that industry. I think I would do really well. If I got a little bit of exposure and got trending, I think I would kill. I really think I would do really, really well. If I had a partner as well, yeah, oh yeah, I think I would do super duper well. I don't know. That's where I teeter totter a lot. Cause like, and maybe it's because I'm a virgin. Maybe I just don't have the confidence. I don't know. But like, I know I'm pretty sure I know I would do really well in that kind of situation, but I just unsure. Like, especially because a lot of experience I've had so far, like, it hasn't been great. It's hard when like the bad experiences outweigh the good experiences. It's difficult to kind of want to like I don't know. If I had friends who also did it, like maybe, but the other problem is I self-sabotage, so I wouldn't have any friends. Anyways, all my friends like that from VR, I kind of self-sabotage, and I'll admit it. I sometimes think about a lot of the friends that I self-sabotage, and I miss them. I wish maybe I didn't, but I can't go back. A lot of the friends I have made over the years, I've self-sabotaged, and I'm working on it. I think I'm a lot better now. I don't do that as like that much anymore. Only in like extreme situations do I sometimes self-sabotage. But like I every day, let's say I'm doing something spicy. Every day right after uh finish, I always self-sabotage. Like, is this okay to talk about on Twitch? It it doesn't matter. Um I always end up like deactivating my account or deleting stuff or or like or unfollowing somebody. I'm always and I don't know where it stems from. I don't care what people think of me or what they see of me. I don't know where it actually stems from. I don't know what the problem is. It's something has to do with something that happened, and it's so long ago that I don't know the actual root of the trauma. I just know that it's become such a bad habit that it's always rinse and repeat. It always happens like this. You're right, you are my friend after you. It's just it's always the same like dance. And it's gotten to the point where like maybe I shouldn't do anything spicy at all. Maybe I would be a lot healthier if I don't anything at all. But then I always end doing it. And it's just this vicious cycle of both. I don't know where the balance is. And a lot of it is because I don't really have anybody compared to, too. I know that. Everything I've learned is from myself a lot through life. It's all I've only learned from from me. Like what I've gone through. I only have myself to compare to, which isn't the best for mental health, if I'm being honest, or physical health. But I also don't go and see a therapist either, to be fair. So, yeah. But it's all right.
What?
It's whatever.
Oh,
I don't know. Something I do regret, and I know it's not my fault because my brain wasn't matured at all at that point, but because of the medication I was on. But something I regret, and I'm so frustrated at myself, is I didn't make a content channel back back when like Mark was doing it, or and I couldn't have. My brain wasn't mature because I was still on that medication back then. But I always beat myself up at it. I'm so upset that I didn't do it back then when I wanted to. Not that I could have probably even comprehended how to do it. I was a angry monkey smashing and running around like a lunatic, but um or like that I didn't do things I wanted to back then that is now too saturated. There's too much competition. Getting noticed is like someone pick a needle in the haystack. The chances of someone seeing your content and it going viral is 1 to like 100 or 1 to 10 or whatever you I'm not good at math. But you get the point. It's frustrating. And it's not that I want to be like the next Mr. Beast or the next Markiplier or whatever. I want I don't know. I don't know what I want. I want people to see my content and stuff. That's all. You know what I mean? It's critical. Critical. It's I don't know. It's frustrating. I'm more upset that I missed my chance, but I also know and acknowledge that it's not my fault because my brain wasn't fully developed at the time. It wasn't developed at all, actually. I still have the brain of a baby back then because the medication was on. But it's and I don't even know. And one of the most frustrating things is I don't know how much progression, how far I've come because I don't know how big or how developed my brain is. And the scariest thing is I don't know if my brain will keep growing. I want to have a fully adult brain at some point, but I don't know if my brain is even at that point. And that's one of the scariest things I'm always frustrated about. I feel like my brain isn't there because some of the things I can't comprehend or do, I feel like other people who are adults can do, and that's really frustrating sometimes. One of the things I was thinking the other timing is tricky, finicky. Yeah. One of the things I was thinking the other day is if I don't have a fully adult brain, does that mean doing adult things when not having a fully adult brain is wrong? And that's one of the things that scared me. If I do adult things when I eventually have a partner, is that wrong? And maybe that's a weird way of thinking about things lately, but that's something that's been really bothering me lately, especially with the whole thing I found out. Like, I don't know. It's it's been bothering me lately. If my brain isn't matured fully, like, will it ever fully mature? And I know it's a little down. I'm sorry, this might bother people, but like, will I ever? Will I be dumb like forever or like I don't know. Even when I get a fully mature brain, will I ever be as smart as other people? It's something that's been bothering me so much lately. It's one of the reasons why I started working out too a lot lately. Is because I wanna improve. You know what I mean? Like, but it makes me kind of want to cry. If I'm being honest, self-reflection is good as well as fam, family, and you're working through your stuff and thinking it out is this is great. Yeah, that's just how I've always been though. I've always been a very emotional dude. I've very been open about who I am and stuff, and it's just yeah, it's just something that I'm always been okay with. I don't think there's a reason why guys shouldn't wear pink. Pink's totally fine. There's no reason guys shouldn't be able to cry or guys shouldn't be able to be emotional. And I don't know. Drink. I miss your old name, Blaze. Your name's dumb on here. Mm. All right, all right. But yeah, just shit that's been on my mind lately. I always forget when we start talking about spicy stuff that if I talk about it like full out, like it's in bio, I can't. So I have to kind of like chill. That is something I do know. That's like once we like start talking about spicy stuff, like that's one of my favorite things to talk about. I do know that when I was younger, I made a lot of people uncomfortable because of how much I didn't have a filter, and that would make people uncomfortable. And I know I kind of like that's a big fucking egg. I kind of shut that off because of how much I make on people. That is something I kind of like cut off. Like I no no cut. I after a while I kind of just turn that off to the point where I don't really talk about it all to make other people comfortable. But it's kind of a part that kind of died on inside a little bit, if you know what I mean. To the point where like I don't have anybody to talk to and stuff. It's also the whole self-sabotaging thing. It got to a point where like I don't have any friends anymore because I would self-sabotage so much. To the point where people that I really liked, I would, and it's my fault, so I can't be upset. But some of those friends were the people I could talk about spicy stuff with, and that is my fault. But I don't have anybody else to blame. Oh, there's huge eggs, not just large eggs. I don't have anybody else to blame but myself for that, and that's fine. And I don't know if they are good people or if they were bad friends. It was just my fault for self-sabotaging. I can't give a lot of advice on this subject, but my life, I've seen a massive change in people who thought they couldn't change, so I wouldn't. Oh, I'm never gonna give up. I'm not somebody who gives up. I bitch a lot, and I'll probably go on about the same subject for hours and hours until someone changes the subject, but I won't give up. I've never been one to give up. Same thing about, and this is going to be a little heavy subject, sorry, but it's the only way I can kind of compare the subject. Um, Suicide. Like, I don't see the point in it. Because if you give up, there's nothing on that. But if you don't do it, then, sorry, unalive, whatever Twitch wants you to say. I don't see the point in it because, like, then you won't see what's around the next corner. Yes, things get hard, and you might have those type of thoughts, but I never go through with it because you won't see what's around the next corner. You'll never see what the next adventure has to offer. You won't see how the people you're close to will grow up and what will happen next. If you just it's the same as giving up, and I never give up. I always bounce back really quick because I always tell myself, come on, there's no point in doing this. There's no point in like being depressed or wallowing or whatever this crap we're doing right now. Let's go do something productive. You know what I mean? That's always been my mentality. And that's the same thing with those two heavy subjects, like giving up and unaliving, like air quotations. Like I don't see a point in it. That's just giving up. Yeah, things are hard right now, but we'll bounce back. You just need some time. And I don't give up. But that was heavy. So that was a pretty heavy subject. But yeah, where the fuck are we going? I've been wandering around for so fucking long now. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Take that with whatever you want with a grain of salt. But it it's okay for the fact that you relive all your memories when you pass. I'm talking. I'm taking that chance. Wait, where'd that come from? Oh, that's a pretty area up ahead. If it's for a fact that you relive all your memories when you pass, then I'm taking that chance. I don't get that one. I'm sorry, that went over my head. Hypersphere. Okay, so we're in a high level area because I don't have one of those. I do know that like I used to be bothered about talking about stuff that's so heavy or personal on stream, but I'd rather talk about this stuff than not talk about this stuff, I guess, cause like I'd rather be like the real me and talk about stuff, you know, than not. Oh, I still don't quite get it, but I get where you're like why you said that now. That's okay. This area looks important. Where are we? So if it were to happen, you'd be okay with it because you relive all your memories. Okay, I think I kind of get it. Not really, but kind of. Yeah, lot of interesting topics today. What are those? What are you? Are those? I'm not sure I can catch those. But I'll try.
Yeah. What? Whoa.
Oh, it's tough as fuck. Okay. Whoa. Hey. Okay. Well, I'm hot now, apparently. Oh, well, lovely. This thing's gonna kill me. I don't have a fast travel point here. No, don't do it. Stop it! Stop. Ah! Okay, well. I don't know if that's true. Okay, let's see if we can catch this dude. No, I didn't think so. Well, fuck, guys, come on. Well, whatever. All the bad ones and all the good ones? I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but... wouldn't they just flash by your eyes, though? Oh, well. So this desert has fire types. Interesting. Is there a... There is. There's like one right here. Okay. Right here? Right here. So I found the fire type area, but not... Maybe there's a dark fire type? Maybe I found the area I've been looking for this whole time? That's pretty cool. I wanted a fire dark area. I don't really know what else to talk about. I've kind of gotten a lot off my chests unintentionally. This was an enjoyable stream. I gotta talk to you guys. You guys are gonna learn a little bit more about me. I might make this the new, kind of intro video, maybe, for the YouTube. I kind of do that when I have a really good video I like. Alright. Maybe I'll end stream and we'll start another one. I'm cool coming back here after. Alright, I'm gonna go look at some videos, see what we got, and I'll come back. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to a lot of the stuff going on in my life. Thank you for listening to some of the more personal stuff and talking about some heavy topics, some light topics. Some nostalgic stuff, some personal stuff, some lighthearted stuff. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, I had a blast. Thank you for coming to my my heart to heart. I enjoyed it very much. All right, bye, you nerds.